Hi there, Jared here. What you're going to see in this particular video is an excerpt actually from a larger course, which is about a 8-week processor program that will get you from the start of a smart home, or a dumb home if you want to call it that way, all the way through to a smart home, a fully complete smart home. So if you need any more information, just pop it over to our blog, which is smarthomeschool.com, or the link to directly to the full course is just down below. So I will see you inside. Hi there, and welcome to this next video tutorial about Wi-Fi, in particular mesh Wi-Fi, and I'm going to describe some of the features and some of the benefits of using mesh in your smart home. So without further ado, let's get started and let's start learning. First and foremost, the technology that is embedded into mesh Wi-Fi has been with businesses for many years. And fortunate for everybody here, it is now available to homeowners. From a technical architecture perspective, it consists of a main router that connects directly to your modem, which in turn connects through your ISP and out onto the internet. Additionally, it also includes a series of nodes or other peripheral device or satellite devices that are located in different parts of your house, and they all talk to each other. Each one of these nodes, or a particular dedicated piece of hardware, is effectively a router. In other words, it helps to blanket the area around itself with Wi-Fi. So first of all, it is modular typically, so you can scale the number of devices that you have in your mesh Wi-Fi system, and obviously that depends on the size of your house. Typically 2 will suffice for most homes, and with quite large homes requiring 3. And of course, if you live in a proper mansion, then you can add more points again just to improve the coverage again. But typically for most of us, 2 and 3 nodes or devices or points will work perfectly fine. Okay, let's talk a little bit of technical stuff here. So there's a term called multi-band support, which is supported by a lot of these mesh systems. When I talk about multi-band, I'm talking about 2 different types. You have dual band and tri-band. So when I talk about dual band, I am talking about the radios that are inside the router and the routers that can broadcast and transmit at 2 frequency bands, 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. 5 gigahertz is particularly suitable for high bandwidth type applications for 4K video, where 2.4 will work quite well with lighter bandwidth requests or demands, such as a typical light bulb or a smart thermostat. You also have support on some products for tri-band, so that simultaneously will run across the 2.4, and it will also operate across 2 5 gigahertz bands. So a little bit more technology in those more advanced devices. Another feature that you should look out for with inside these mesh Wi-Fi systems is wire connections. Some houses, not many, but some houses do have Ethernet cable run into different rooms, and if your device has a wire connection there, then that can be quite useful for rebroadcasting and improving the strength levels. Furthermore, many of these smart home mesh systems support a range of IEEE 802.11 standards. The standards can vary from A, B, which are the older ones, to G, N, and more recently AC. So another keyword you're going to see with a mesh system is this thing called MultiUser MIMO, M-I-M-O, and that stands for multiple input, multiple output. This technology was created particularly for home environments, or in addition to busy office environments where multiple people are trying to access a wireless network at the same time. When that occurs, and when multiple family members are trying to access the mesh system at the same time, then you can get congestion. MultiMIMO helps that by allowing multiple users to access the router without congestion. So it's built into the core of your solution. So keep an eye out for MultiMIMO. Other key features that you need to be aware of is that they come in a single network. In other words, there's only one SSID. As you traverse and move around the house, then you're going to have one SSID, which is one network name essentially. That is a big difference between extenders, where you need to often manually change from one network to another. So that is a big benefit for mesh Wi-Fi networks. A lot of the modern smart home mesh products and solutions look quite well from an aesthetic perspective. Wi-Fi routers are often unsightly, so if you remember the traditional ones that you may have, they may have oversized antennas, cables running around in between closets or behind TVs, which also has a negative impact on performance. Another key feature of mesh Wi-Fi networks is their support for guest networks, which is a very handy feature if you have a babysitter coming over and they want to get access to the Wi-Fi, then you can provide that to them without compromising any security on your network. As with all smart home solutions and systems, it comes with its own app, and you can use that app to introduce parental controls, prioritize devices. You can share the Wi-Fi with friends, as I already mentioned, in regards to guest Wi-Fi, and you can even run speed tests. Automatic software updates are also supported, and the purpose of that is to fix any bugs that may be in the software and to improve performance on your mesh Wi-Fi network. Also, many of these systems play quite well with the various platforms, smart home platforms such as HomeKit, Amazon Alexa, and Google Assistant. And in fact, some of these particular devices can double up as smart speakers, so just for you to be aware of that. So just to mention a couple of downsides. First of all, it can be considered a little bit expensive. And secondly, there's actually no need for them in a smaller property. So if you live in an apartment or you live in a smallish enough property, the advice that I gave you earlier with regards to maybe relocating your router should do sufficiently to provide adequate coverage for your new smart home. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and thank you very much, and I will talk to you in the very next lesson. Take care. Right, so hi there, back again. So I hope you enjoyed that free lesson. If you like my teaching style and you want to learn a bit more about developing your own smart home, then make sure to check out the full course link, which is just down below this particular video. If you don't want to take the full course, please just pop over to my blog, and there is tons of free content, video training as well. A free book actually, and there is also a weekly newsletter if you want to sign up. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care.